I've heard this amazing commentary that says that this event, the situation on the lake, it wasn't just a event. It was another parable. But this time Jesus didn't speak this parable, didn't say this parable to the disciples, but he allowed them to experience it. So what this parable is about, that evening and that other part of the lake, is the end of life, of our lives, when we come to the point that, well, death comes in our families, or, well, at one point also in our lives. So they journey to this other part of the lake, to this death, and storm comes and wind comes, and they are scared and they are really, really afraid. And maybe sometimes we experience something like that in our lives, that death comes into our families, into our loved ones' families, and our friends' families, and we just don't know what will happen. It's just very stressful time, and it's a grieving time when we grieve a lot. And only one person who is at peace in this situation is Jesus. Jesus is asleep in the boat. Why? His sleep means his death. Death that brought life. Because Jesus is risen. He resurrected. That's why when we look at our death through the lenses of Jesus' death and resurrection, we can be at peace. And secondly, Jesus is in the boat asleep because he has, in his humanity, he has total trust in God, that he will lead him according to his loving will. So what happened next? Next is the situation that because disciples are so afraid, they wake Jesus up. Jesus says, "Why are you so afraid? Because you have no faith. Because faith wasn't given to you." So he speaks to them. You see, this is your reaction. Storm comes and worry comes and fear comes because you have no faith, because faith wasn't given to you. That's why it is so important to ask for the gift of faith in every situation, especially in the situation when death comes to our families or friends. And at the end of the story, they have this fear of God in them, because they see someone who calms down the waves, calms down all the storm, and they ask themselves, who is this man? They are in awe, because they know that they touched something amazing, and their journey of faith starts in some way. And we are invited to ask for the gift of faith, and also be aware that those natural fears and worries we'll have, well, they can appear, but let's just look at Jesus and know that through his death we will resurrect, and we can ask for this gift he had, that he had this trust in God, that he could sleep in the midst of all this difficult situation.